just kind of scream at him, they'll scream at me. So
Okay. I guess before you get off, or I think you were saying like you were gonna get off after this, right? I guess I'll try to like my best to formalize like off the top of my head an argument, right? I guess my question to you would be like, do you think do you think people should like have consequences for their actions? For example, if let's say I harm someone, should I have the consequences of getting like, some kind of jail time or something like that? I'm sure you're gonna see where I'm going with it.
yeah, I mean, it just depends on the kinds of. It depends on what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people's actions. Um, so this is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
People's actions um, determine what they are deserving of receiving from other people. So if you're a vicious scumbag, you should be treated like a vicious scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a good person, you should be treated like a good person.
Okay, I see what you mean. So, um, in the case of responsibility, right? Um, if the mother is knowing like fully well of what they're doing, right, and they procreate this baby, but decide to like just full on dump it, do you think like
Uh-huh.
that's still morally acceptable, even in the case of like the mother having knowledge and like but doesn't take responsibility? Doesn't that seem like a bit evil to you?
Yeah, I still think it's good. Here's why.
Okay.
When you say they're not taking responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
so I define responsibility, and I think this is the way most people use it. I define responsibility as the recognition of the ownership that you have over something. So the recognition of the fact that you and you alone are living your life, and you have to deal with your consequences because they are your consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we divide that into like being responsible about something, what we're saying, look, your life is your own. You have to live your life, right? So if you get yourself 3 baby mamas and they all give birth to your children, those are your children. That's your life, and you have to be responsible for your children because your children are a part of your life. But it's important to make a distinction between responsibility and the issue of pregnancy because there's two things you could be talking about which are very different. The first thing is, are you being responsible about being pregnant? Well, if you're being responsible about the situation of pregnancy, that just means taking ownership of the fact you're pregnant. That doesn't necessarily commit you to continuing to be pregnant. So, for example, imagine you get a parking ticket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being responsible about your parking ticket means taking care of it in the morally appropriate way. Okay, that means getting rid of the parking ticket, right? Um, Now, if we say, what does it mean to be responsible about pregnancy? Well, that presupposes the question being about responsible pregnancy. So how do you deal about pregnancy in the morally appropriate way? So that still presupposes whether or not abortion is good or bad. So like, it's not as if responsibility is on the side of giving birth. Like responsibility could very well be, and I think is, oftentimes, getting an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing is is like begging the question, but to a higher degree. It's like taking ownership of the obligations you have to be a mother. But that just presupposes that you have obligations that you're responsible for,
Mm-hmm.
which presupposes establishing that the reasons why abortion would be wrong. So I don't think abortions are irresponsible. I think abortions are responsible.
Okay, so in your analogy with the ticket, you're saying like, oh, the best moral way to fix this is getting rid of the ticket. Don't you have to satisfy this condition of the ticket by paying it first? So when that like the I guess that
Yeah, like getting an abortion.
yeah, I mean, satisfying the condition morally speaking, um, I guess to me
Because
would
remember,
be
my standard for morality is human flourishing.
oh
There's really good reasons to pay the ticket. If you're asking why you should pay the ticket, I can explain that to you. But
I mean it would be better than not paying it and getting rid of it, right?
right?
I think we can agree with it, right? So
Yeah, that's fine.
in that sense, when we talk about abortion, right, when the mother takes responsibility, um, I guess like you're saying like getting rid of it in the sense of abortion, but why not take responsibility in the sense of taking care of it and then like giving birth to it? I guess you already I'm getting cooked. Man, I don't know, bro. I need to study on ethics, bro. Yeah. I guess like what I was gonna see would be like I guess the more equivalence is like satisfying the condition of the ticket by paying it would be the same as the mother giving birth to the fetus or the baby. And
Yeah,
while
I
like
understand
throwing
the
away,
comparison, but I just don't.
yeah,
Yeah.
you agree, yeah, and that's fair. And I ain't
Look,
gonna
bro,
lie, yeah, I don't think
I'm
I'm
about
gonna.
to call my girlfriend, but I'll give you a. Can I follow you?
Yeah, bro.
I'll follow you. Wait. Oh, okay. Well, comment something so I can see your name. Oh yeah, there we go. I see it.
I got you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call my girlfriend, but I appreciate you coming up here, bro.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man. Pleasure to talk to you, man.
Thanks. You too. Peace.